Yeah, the PlayStation thing is ridiculous. Like, if we're gonna be 100% real right now, Intergalactic, Wolverine, Death Stranding 2, and Ghost of Yotei, that's probably it for the PS5. I think that's it. I think that's the whole gen. And Intergalactic, keep wanting to say Interstellar. Intergalactic, that's like tail end of the gen right there. I think Wolverine comes out next year and Intergalactic the year after that. Maybe we get something from Housemarque. Something smaller, probably from some other smaller teams. But as far as like big budge games, I think that's kind of it. Because they had all of these other studios working on, dude, like literally like 20 live service games. The list is ridiculous. Like, it's actually f***ing ridiculous. When I saw the list, I was like, this cannot be f***ing real. Like, I'm actually, like, baffled by it. It's insane. A God of War game? A live service God of War game? Multiplayer? What? Didn't they already try that with Ascension and it failed miserably? What were they thinking, man? What were they thinking? Jim Ryan is a hack fraud. I don't get it. I really don't. It cannot just be Jim Ryan. There has to be other heads involved in that decision. I know Shuhei Yoshida was talking about it and was like, that was not my decision. That's kind of the way it made it sound. He made it sound like he was disagreeing with those decisions being made. And yeah, very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Yeah, I honestly think like the PS5 will probably go down in history as the worst generation for PlayStation. Easily. I think it already is, technically. I think it's already, it's pretty much is. It's been, we're on year 5 now. Or we're going into year 5 now. And yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that this will probably go down as the worst gen in PlayStation history. Worse than PS3, easily worse than PS3, and not just PlayStation, Xbox too. I'm not gonna say like it's just a PlayStation problem, but the issue is PlayStation had all of the right recipes, all of the right ingredients to have one of the biggest and most bombastic fucking showings ever on a console. Like they truly did. They had the potential to have one of the best generations ever in console history. But they just squandered it, man. They fucking squandered their studios, put their studios on games that they have no business working on. PS3 had bangers in the second half. I mean, like, arguably this gen wouldn't even exist without those bangers that came out in that second half of the PS3. Because we're talking about The Last of Us there. I feel like that's been half this gen. There hasn't been like a single fresh, brand new IP exclusive to the PS5 yet. Like, literally Intergalactic is the only thing. And again, we're looking at 2026 at the earliest. A lot of people were thinking 2027. And I just heard that like fall 2027 is the release of the PS6. What? I'm not buying a PS6, man. It's too early for that. I feel like I barely played my PS5. Yeah, just terrible mismanagement. It all comes down to that, in my opinion. Just terrible mismanagement. I just don't know how you have these studios that have created critically acclaimed single-player games and you want them just to somehow emulate that form of success in multiplayer. Those things just do not translate. That's just not what you do. And it's basically as soon as they bought Bungie, which I still don't know why they bought Bungie. I don't see the vision in that. I really don't. I mean, I guess we're going to see more Marathon, right? Maybe Marathon is a fucking massive success. Maybe that's the huge... I don't think so, though. I really don't. I don't think so. I wanted to make a video about it, but, like, I have shit on PlayStation so much. I've made, like, 3 videos talking about this already. I'm like, what more is there to say? Well, I guess I'm saying it now. Fuck, it's a rant at this point. Now it's like I'm just actually upset. Before I was like, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, Before I was like a little bit less pessimistic and like, hey, now it's time to kick into the high gear, right? Now that we've learned from our lessons, now we can move forward. But like, I actually don't think we can. PS6, like I actually do think it's going to take until the PS6 to get these studios working on new games. Marathon and Fair Games are going to be Concord flops. I think Marathon has a chance. I don't even know what Fair Games is. I don't even know what that is. Like, at Fair Games, we haven't heard a peep about that game in 2 years, man. It's been 2 years since that game was announced, and we don't know anything. Literally anything. We haven't seen a snippet of gameplay. We haven't gotten even a detail about gameplay. God, I just can't believe, like, I feel like PS4 was, like, such a successful generation for PlayStation, and they were just really on a fucking roll, man. They were really... We're on a roller coaster, and we're about to hit the loop, man. We're about to just hit the fucking best part of the ride with the PS5, and not the ride's over. That's what it feels like. Pump the brakes. And I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, how do you have so many successful titles and then say, okay, so we know what we're really good at. We're going to stop doing that now. We're going to stop doing what's made us so successful and what's garnered so many fans around the world. We're just going to stop that. And we're going to get all those studios that were responsible for that success, and we're going to put them on games that they have no business developing for. Like, there has to be some kind of consequence to this. Like, I cannot believe the mismanagement. Like, legally, there needs to be some ramifications. Someone needs to get in trouble for this. I better hear about some execs getting fired for this, because that is fucking ridiculous. And then there's a Horizon multiplayer game coming, a Horizon MMO apparently canceled, and then no, it's not canceled, it's actually still... Who is going to play a Horizon MMO? Stop it! Stop the madness, man. When I saw that shit, I was like, I couldn't even believe my eyes. A Horizon MMO? Oh my god, dude. Why are they putting so much faith into Horizon? They do this all the time. PS2 to PS3, now PS4 to PS... Yeah, they get like overconfident. You're totally right, dude. They get too big for their britches. And they think they can get away with this shit. And then they start seeing those numbers going down. And then they have to put in so much fucking effort to get that roller coaster back up, right? To get the coaster going up the hill again. But only this time, I feel like it's too fucking late. I'm like, there's no way. These teams, they are not going to be able to crank these games out. Like, we have to wait another 5 years for Bluepoint's next game. Bluepoint was working on a multiplayer God of War game for years. I believe it was 2 years. That's scrapped. And now now what? Back to square one for Bluepoint. So we're not seeing Bluepoint's next game till PS6. And like that's crazy to me. Like I feel like with PS3 they realized it quicker. They were able to pivot and they were able to make those decisions a lot quicker and turn things around a lot quicker because they saw diminishing returns. They saw, oh shit, no one's gonna buy a $700 console. Okay, yeah, let's fix that. let's change that for starters. Oh, people like really good single player games. Okay, let's make more of those. Naughty Dog is one of the best developers in the business. Let's give them resources so they can get these games out faster. I don't know why. To me, that's all it should be. That's the secret sauce to me, is like, these teams are doing well for you and making you tons of money and building massive franchises for you that have TV shows. Let's give those teams more resources so they can keep fucking doing that. So they can emulate that in other ways, right? Now we have Intergalactic coming out. Fuck yeah. Intergalactic should have already been out. But instead they had Naughty Dog squandering around with a multiplayer game that they had no business working on, and that's ridiculous. Like, Intergalactic should have been second year of PS5. Yeah, and also that too. Like, the 5 to 6 year dev times on games, that's got to stop. And that's not just PlayStation, that's every company. Because I even think Nintendo's feeling that as well. I think all of these studios are really feeling that, where it's like, holy shit. Tears of the Kingdom took 5 years to make. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't know all the details. That game could have been ready a long time ago. That's a little bit more complicated, but like, just in general, AAA development is insane right now. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. But yeah, hopefully Sony sees this and realizes that they're in deep doo-doo and they're gonna have to start changing things. Yeah, hopefully Astrobot's success tells them that, yeah, gamers don't need to have, you know, huge quadruple A $500 million titles. We don't need to spend that kind of money to make success. Yeah, and you look at studios like Capcom, like FromSoft, like RGG, that are just cranking out successful, fucking excellent game after excellent game. And every year, every single fucking year, there's a new excellent Capcom game coming out, an excellent From Software game coming out, or an excellent Yakuza game coming out. And they, literally, more's coming. Dude, at the Game Awards, all three of those studios all have future games coming out that all look incredible. That look like the future of gaming, like straight up. Like, I really do think Capcom, RGG, and FromSoft are leading and I would even throw Nintendo in there too. I would throw Nintendo in there as well. Are leading the industry in terms of game design and how to make games. Like, they are leading the industry. And it's just so disappointing that other studios and publishers and these big conglomerates don't see that. They don't. They're fucking blind to it. I don't know. Well, hopefully, again, Sony will realize that they fucked up and they can somehow move this, and maybe they do have some secret games in development. Maybe there is some big stuff coming that we don't know about. You know, we don't know if like Bluepoint was only working on this multiplayer game. They could have been. That's a big team, right? I'm pretty sure it's a really big team. They could have some other stuff in the works, or have had other stuff in the works. Bend as well. They could have been working on. There's still. It's not all doom and gloom. Like, I don't want to say that it's like complete disaster over at PlayStation, but it's looking like complete disaster.